The love story of Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson is a tale that echoes through history, marked by passion, sacrifice, and a profound defiance of societal norms. Their romance not only shook the foundations of the British monarchy, but also illustrated the timeless struggle between love and duty. Edward, Prince of Wales, was born into the royal family in 1894, destined for a life of privilege and expectation. As the heir apparent, he was groomed from a young age to ascend to the throne. However, Edward had a restless spirit and a yearning for freedom that set him apart from the traditional expectations of his royal lineage. His charm, charisma, and good looks made him a favorite among the public, and his playboy lifestyle often made headlines. It was during this period of his life that he met Wallis Simpson, an American socialite who would forever change his destiny. Wallis, born in Pennsylvania in 1896, had already made a name for herself in London society. She was married to her first husband, Earl Spencer, and later married Ernest Simpson, an American businessman. Despite being in a troubled marriage, Wallis quickly captured Edward's attention. Their paths crossed in the early 1930s, and what began as a friendship blossomed into a passionate love affair. Edward was enchanted by Wallis's wit, independence, and modern outlook on life, qualities that contrasted starkly with the rigid traditions of the royal family. As their relationship deepened, the challenges of their love became apparent. Wallis was twice divorced, and at the time, the Church of England, of which Edward was the supreme governor, did not permit the remarriage of divorced individuals if their former spouses were still alive. This posed a significant obstacle for Edward, who was head over heels in love with Wallis and determined to marry her. The media frenzy surrounding their relationship added fuel to the fire, with tabloids both vilifying Wallis and sensationalizing their romance. In December 1936, Edward ascended to the throne following the death of his father, King George V. He became King Edward VIII, but the weight of his new responsibilities clashed with his desire for love and personal happiness. The royal court and British government were in turmoil over the idea of a king marrying a divorced woman. Political leaders and the Church of England were adamantly opposed, fearing that the marriage would create a scandal and undermine the monarchy's integrity. Despite mounting pressure, Edward's love for Wallis remained unwavering. He famously declared, "I have found it impossible to carry the heavy burden of responsibility and to discharge my duties as king as I would wish to do without the help and support of the woman I love." This conviction led him to make a historic and unprecedented decision. He would abdicate the throne for love. On December 11, 1936, Edward made a radio address to the nation announcing his abdication. The speech was heartfelt and emotional, resonating with the public as he expressed his devotion to Wallis and his belief that personal happiness should not be sacrificed for duty. The abdication shook the monarchy to its core and led to Edward's younger brother, George VI, ascending to the throne. The announcement of the abdication was met with mixed reactions. Some admired Edward's bravery, while others viewed it as a betrayal of his royal responsibilities. After the abdication, Edward was given the title of Duke of Windsor, and he and Wallis married in France on June 3, 1937. Their wedding was a modest affair, attended by a small circle of friends far removed from the grandeur typically associated with royal nuptials. The couple settled in France, living a life of relative privacy away from the glare of the media. Though they faced challenges including financial difficulties and societal exclusion, Edward and Wallis found solace in their love. Their relationship was characterized by loyalty and support. They traveled extensively, embraced a lavish lifestyle, and enjoyed the freedom that came with Edward's abdication. Wallis became his confidant and companion, and their bond deepened over the years. However, their love story was not without its complications. Edward's past as king haunted him, and his position as Duke of Windsor came with limitations. During World War II, he became embroiled in controversy due to his perceived sympathy towards Germany and Hitler, further complicating their lives and leading to strained relationships with the royal family. In the years that followed, Edward and Wallis lived primarily in France, with occasional visits to the United States. They became fixtures in high society, often attending glamorous events and mingling with the elite. Their enduring love stood as a testament to their commitment to each other, even amidst adversity. As the years passed, the couple faced the inevitability of aging. Edward's health declined, and Wallis became his devoted caretaker. They remained inseparable, their love growing deeper with the passage of time. Edward often reflected on his decision to abdicate, expressing both pride and regret over the choices he made. He understood the sacrifices he had to endure for the sake of love, but would not trade their life together for anything. Edward VIII passed away on May 28, 1972, at the age of 77, and Wallis followed him in death on April 24, 1986. They were buried together in a small chapel in the Royal Burial Ground at Frogmore, just outside Windsor Castle. Their grave serves as a poignant reminder of a love that defied convention and reshaped the monarchy. The story of Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson remains a captivating narrative, illustrating how love can challenge the boundaries of duty and tradition. Their legacy endures as a powerful example of love's triumph over societal constraints, demonstrating that ultimately, the heart will seek its true desire regardless of the cost.